Hey folks, welcome to Market Intraday Analysis by InTheMoneyStocks.com, your leaders in pure technical analysis, avoiding all that Wall Street hype. Today, Thursday, January 28th, 2010. Well, folks, the markets are selling off today across the board, although we are far off the lows right now. The markets actually came tumbling down from a gap up this morning following the State of the Union address last night. Really, what you saw overnight was the futures react to the speech by President Obama in a positive way. But after the gap up this morning off of jobless claims, the markets came down pretty sharply. Jobless claims were expected approximately at 450,000 of initial claims. They came in at 470. That is worse than expected. And right away, the futures in pre-market session began to sell off. Now, after that, you just saw a cascade of selling come in. The markets came all the way down, piercing yesterday's low right here and actually going a little bit below it before reversing, pulling back, and then reversing higher in the afternoon session here so far. Now, everyone is just waiting on the Bernanke confirmation hearing and vote later today. That is expected at 3:20 p.m. Eastern Time. Notice how it's put right towards the end of the day there. So if indeed he gets confirmed, you may see a rally in this market to the upside. Going to be really interesting to see how the market reacts here, guys. I have to say, probably one of the best key data points of the day will be that confirmation vote at, again, 3:20 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, a few other things to look at, folks. Right away, you can see that the market came off the lows beautifully. It's beginning to put in what I would refer to as an in spirit of bull flag pattern. Very minor in spirit of, but you do have that right now. In addition, a little bit of a fake print up here towards the 200 moving average, towards the highs of the day. That should be watched as well. Now, as the market cascaded down, the volume has been pretty solid today. 200 million traded. That is a solid day in volume. Again, you have to look at volume as being a key indicator of who's buying or selling. And whenever you see down days on heavy volume, what it's telling you is institutional sellers are there. That's how you're getting that extra volume. That's why we commented so much when we called the top, saying, guys, there's no volume here and the market keeps going higher. That's not a healthy market. Same thing applies here on the downside. Heavy volume means there is participation and there is selling going on. Now, overall, the question is, do you get a bounce tomorrow or today at 320 or not? We're going to find that out. Again, I've picked up some key swing trades, whether they're short or long. That's for premium subscribers to know in the intraday stock chat and in the research center. Now, a couple other stocks to go over here. First of all, Spider's continuing to come back in just a little bit here as volume again is picking up ahead of this Bernanke vote at 320. Again, the market seems to want to see Bernanke confirmed. If he is not confirmed, the thought is that you might see a little disturbance in overall policy, and that could be a negative thing. All right, let's go to a couple key stocks today. Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs, I had called out to my premium members yesterday a buying opportunity underneath 150 at 149.50. Sure enough, since then, Goldman Sachs has moved up substantially, hitting a high of 155.20 this morning on the gap up, and then retesting that double top right here at the 200 moving average. That was a key play, and again, profits have been taken at this point, folks. Profits have been taken at these levels. Keep that in mind. All right, other than that, folks, you can look at stocks like ExxonMobil under more and more pressure as the stock continues to tumble down. This stock has really fallen off a cliff of late. I mean, look at this move to the downside. And again, you have to start searching where could support, where could resistance be. And by doing that, you can flip to the monthly chart. And monthly chart is telling me now you're coming into a major level of support on ExxonMobil at 64.75. 64.75 looks to be a very solid level here, all the way down to about 64.50 on ExxonMobil. You can see it's these pivot lows, right? 1, 2, and then if we break that, we're going to go down here on ExxonMobil to $62 a share. Keep in mind, this is some pre-data here coming out across the board live. As I do this, I'm doing the analysis live. So again, keep that in mind and go by the charts. Now, Amazon reports earnings after the bell. That should be another key play. Notice Amazon is very strong today. That's telling you people are anticipating good earnings on Amazon. The question is, do they do that or do they disappoint? Oftentimes when a stock rallies up into earnings, you'll see it sell off after earnings. We will watch to see if that's the case with Amazon here, as it has had a nice move the last couple days on the upside going into the earnings announcement after the bell today. Stocks today that were talked about, again, you can talk about some key ones in the news. Apple Computer getting hammered today, down about $8.60. That is hovering just off the lows of the day, trading sideways off that key data point. You can see right here, yesterday's low of the day, right here, you're really just trading sideways, choppy around that line. You haven't really broken to the downside. You haven't broken to the upside, just hovering steady on that Apple chart to the side pattern. Now, a couple other stocks today. Keep an eye on U.S. Steel. U.S. Steel looks to be at an area where it may see a little bit of upside. Again, nice bounce yesterday into the close. As the markets are weak today, it's coming back in. But also keep in mind, this is a good area of support. And then the best area of support would be right down here at around $43.20, $43. Plus, you have the 200 rising into that. A cliff dive on U.S. Steel, as they've had a lot of negative press lately. Earnings were not good. There were a lot of other things that were not pretty as well. All right, so we'll keep an eye on that stock. And also, STLD would be another key one to look at on the daily chart as it's piercing the 200 moving average here on the daily chart. All right, going back to the SPY, let's touch base on the SPY again towards the end. You can see a nice little pullback coming in, still considered in spirit of bear flag, but not nearly what it should be if you're going to look for a big move up. Again, the big analysis point is going to be the Bernanke confirmation vote at 3:20 p.m. Eastern Time, folks. Watch that closely. It could be a big deal today. In fact, it will be a big deal today. Watch it again, 3:20 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, folks, come join the Research Center. Come join the chat room. We will look forward to having you. Again, tons of analysis, tons of picks, tons of guidance, tons of education, all included in that Research Center or in the chat room. Talk to you soon. Take care.